Tao Zhu was born in Xi'an, in the Hunan province of China. In the early days of the People's Republic of China, he was the secretary of the Guangdong Provincial Committee, and commander of the Guangzhou military region. In 1958, during the initial stages of the Great Leap Forward, he took part in their anti-hoarding campaign in Guangdong, believing the fabricated production figures were real, and that the observed food shortage was only due to peasants hoarding their harvests. Within a year, his campaign was unable to uncover any stored food supplies in the peasant villages. At the Lushan Conference, held in 1959, he initially sympathized with Peng Dehuai in his criticism of the Great Leap Forward. However, after a harsh reaction from Communist Party chairman Mao Zedong, Tao switched sides and joined in with Mao's attack on the so-called right-leaning opportunists, submitting a list of his own officials that he branded opportunists. Even though he had taken Chairman Mao's side, Tao's administration in Guangdong actively took steps to reverse the damage of the Great Leap Forward, by expanding individual peasant ownership of land and allowing emigration to Hong Kong. He later became first secretary of the Central South region, and in 1965 was moved to Beijing to replace Liu Diniai as director of the Central Propaganda Department when Liu was purged for not adhering more strongly to the Maoist line. Tao was also a vice premier of the State Council and secretary of the Central Secretariat of the CPC, as well as an advisor to the Cultural Revolution Group. In May 1966, he was promoted to number 4 in the party, behind Mao Zedong at number 1, Lin Biao at number 2, and Zhou Enlai at number 3. That allowed his protege, Zhou Ziyang, to take over as head of Guangdong province. Tao and Zhou were among the most enthusiastic of the early pro-Red Guard Cultural Revolution leaders, but quickly fell from favor because they tried to control their excesses of the radical leftists led by Jiang Chunqiao and Jiang Qing. He was a member of the Politburo Standing Committee at the 11th Plenum in August 1966, in the early days of the Cultural Revolution, but was quickly criticized, and labeled, the proxy leader of Liu and Deng Roders, and a Khrushchev-style ambitionist, by leading radical leftists within the Chinese Communist Party, being placed under house arrest in early 1967. While under house arrest, he was diagnosed with gallbladder cancer, but was denied medical treatment. Zhou Enlai eventually intervened to arrange an operation, but by then the cancer had spread too far to treat successfully, and Tao Zhu died in hospital on November 30, 1969, in Hefei, in eastern China. His family was not allowed to see him, either on his deathbed or after his death. He was posthumously exonerated in 1978. After Deng Xiaoping rose to power. He is remembered within the party as a man of great integrity. His daughter, Tao Ziliang, rose to be a politician in the late 1980s, leading several government initiatives in public health and the import of Western medical technology.